What's up, guys? Welcome to the Being Beautifully Honest podcast and channel. Thanks for being here, being subbed. If you're not, hit the button. And if you're listening on YouTube, hit the like. It's like walking in the room and hitting that light switch. Let's brighten up the place and get into this conversation. Now, most of the time when you hear about a celebrity passing away, it's going to be some emotions, and you're going to just think back to what you remember and what you recall about that celebrity if you've been familiar with them. Because there's a lot of celebrities that we hear about that pass away all the time, but we may not have been familiar with. But I wanted to circle back and talk about OJ. If you watch Wine is the New Tea on Unwind with Tasha K's YouTube channel today, you saw that we were having a discussion about OJ, which was breaking news. And to be honest with you, quite honest with you guys, I wasn't even aware that he had passed away up until we were about to go live, because I was busy working with clients, and so my eyes and ears were not tuned in on what the breaking news was going on. And because I did not get like a news alert on my phone, I wasn't aware that it happened. So when we were discussing the topic, I went into the fact that his passing away, unfortunately, for his legacy, a lot of people are going to think back to what he was accused of and what he was tried for doing, which he was found not guilty of in criminal court, but in civil court, he was found legally liable. And the Goldmans have been trying to collect that money for years, and apparently they're still trying to collect that money even after he passed away. They want his assets transferred to them. But I was actually right, and I'm not coming back here to say I was right, but I stated that unfortunately his legacy is going to be about what he was accused of doing, which he was found not guilty of in criminal court, but found civilly liable for. And when I went to go and review the headlines, lo and behold, that's exactly what they are reporting. For example, Wall Street Journal headline, O.J. Simpson, comma, whose murder trial spurred debate over race and criminal justice, comma, dies at 76. Okay? So the headline wasn't O.J. Simpson, comma, Heisman Trophy winner and star of whatever movies that he was in or whatever, comma, dies at 76. No, they're referencing what he was on trial for. And that was my point. So I definitely was not trying to come in and be messy and throw shade and talk about, oh, well, you know, because I wasn't there. A lot of people have their thoughts and beliefs as to what they believe actually occurred. I didn't have a dog in the fight, so honestly, that happened when I was, I think in middle or high school. I remember the Bronco chase, which wasn't even really a chase. It was a slow-moving vehicle with all of these other police cars behind them. So the word chase left a lot of things to be desired when it came to what we know to be a police chase to be, which is an actually dangerous situation. That was far from a chase. It was not a chase. So that was actually the wrong word or reference to use. But yeah, another headline. They're talking about the lives of Nicole Brown Simpson and Ron Goldman being taken. So that's always going to be referenced when it comes to O.J. Simpson. So unfortunately, that is a part of his legacy. So even though a lot of people believe that he wasn't guilty of doing what he was accused of doing, that is just always going to be there. So we're going to be seeing the documentaries pop back up. We're going to be seeing people talk about interviews that he's done. The book that he wrote, where he actually wrote a book and he titled it If I Did It, which was stupid. But again, I just wanted to reference that because I definitely was not trying to make it seem like, well, you know what? No, I'm just basically saying that media coverage, it's going to reference that. They're not going to let that go away, even though he is no longer here and he has physically gone away. His memory is still here. And for a lot of people, their memory is going to be of that situation. But Caitlyn Jenner, she wanted to get on to the good social media and share her thoughts about his life no longer being present on this side. So she shared a message which did not get good feedback from other people. So her choice of words were, "Good riddance, hashtag ojsimpson." And so a lot of people responded to that tweet, or X, or whatever it's called now. I don't know what they call it when people are posting on X now, formerly known as Twitter. But a lot of people were reminding her of her situations that may not have been the best. So someone posted, "You should not be talking." And then they posted the story, "Bruce Jenner sued over fatal car accident." Now, some people have referenced his so-called sex change and him being transgender was not really because he was a man but feeling like a woman now, but it had to do with this car accident that he was accused of taking someone's life in that tragedy. So someone else tweeted at Caitlyn, formerly known as Bruce Jenner, and it said, "You a KILLER too? And this is not a time to be transphobic in these comments or quotes." But and then someone else responded to Caitlyn's post to say, "I'm very gender affirming because this is the most white woman tweet ever." And they were responding to Caitlyn's tweet saying, "Good riddance, O.J. Simpson." And another one said, "Caitlyn Jenner, didn't you dead someone with your Cadillac Escalade?" Another one says, "B, you are a white woman. What about that person you ran over and KILLED ugly AHO with them little A lips? I can't stand your raggedy cheesy ASS. How did you ever bag a bad B like Chris?" Whoa. So that person was really feeling it. And then someone reminded Bruce that he was buddies with OJ. And then they posted, "When your homies really switch up on you," and they had a picture of OJ and Bruce Jenner hanging out together, both of them with their dark sunglasses on. So it's not working out really well for Caitlyn when it comes to the feelings that he or she or whatever, I don't know, is wanting to say about OJ saying good riddance when you don't really have a squeaky clean past either. But this just goes to my point as to what I was saying. When it comes to his passing at the age of 76, I believe they said he had prostate cancer, he is always going to be remembered for the connection to Nicole Brown Simpson and Ron Goldman. The Goldmans are still trying to come after that money, even in death. And people who are writing about it, they're still connecting him to that situation. He was found not guilty in criminal court. Everyone has the right to their feelings and their thoughts and their opinions, but he was found civilly liable. It's easier to do that in civil court than it is in criminal court. Criminal court is beyond a reasonable doubt. Civil court is by the preponderance of the evidence. So with that being said, he may have done some good things in life, and he definitely had people, I believe, that loved him and cared about him. But if they want to just mourn him and allow him to try to rest in peace, they're going to have to ignore the media, because this is what people are going to talk about. They're never going to let that die. He may no longer be living, but they're not going to let that die. And that was all my point was when it came to OJ. I was not saying, well, you know, he did this and he did that. No, what I was saying was they're always going to connect him to that, whether the family, friends, or even he, you know, in spirit, likes it or not. That's just the fact of the matter. So I just wanted to talk about that briefly, guys. You can let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Thanks for being here, liking, and subscribing. I'm Beth, just being beautifully honest. So until next time, I wanted to keep it brief, beautiful, and now I'm going to say bye.